There are some stunning places on this globe that we call home. Beautiful natural beauty and scenery, so much that you would never be able to see anything in just one lifetime. But one of the places that can really be called paradise is Tahiti and the rest of the French Polynesia, with the white sandy beaches, stunning hikes, and loads of other things to do. The islands of Tahiti are an amazing place to visit and is much more than just a honeymoon destination. The only problem though is to choose which of the stunning islands to visit on your holiday. Each island is unique with its flair and beauty. These are the best islands in Tahiti that you gotta visit. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that post notification bell so you never miss another update from us. Bora Bora. Known as being the most romantic island, Bora Bora is one of the more well-known and popular of the Tahiti islands. It's incredibly beautiful, and there are some of the most luxurious resorts in the world on this island. You can stay in a bungalow that's built over the water, take a dip off your deck, or even the lagoon, which is one of the best places you could ever swim. You can even feed a couple of stingrays and swim with nurse sharks. It is an incredible experience that you'll never forget. Or you can spend some time on the beach and just soak up the sun. For shopping and romance, along with incredible snorkeling, there really is no beating Bora Bora. The only downside though is the tourists. Because it's so popular, there's a lot of people there, so while it's still seriously beautiful, it's just not as serene as some of the other islands on this list. Ready to tell ya, the sacred name of this island roughly translates to faraway heaven, so it makes sense that the island is known as the Sacred Island. It was the first island in Polynesia to be populated and is a true gem among the islands. It's so big that you can take an entire day to do a road trip. If you drive out to the southern end, then you can find a pay-to-visit place for the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's an ancient temple and sacred meeting ground. You can also go for a hike into the rainforest, looking for the stunning waterfalls, or even go high up in the plateau. There, you can search for a specific flower that is the rarest in the world. It might sound like a bit of an animated movie, but it's true. The Tari Optia is one of the rarest flowers in the world, and it only grows on one patch of land in this area. When you're done picking flowers, you can then move on to the next island on our list, Tahaa Island. The Tahaa and the Rateye share the same lagoon, so that means if you visit one of the islands, then you could just as easily visit the other. It's known as the Vanilla Island, and for good reason. You can find the finest vanilla in the world here. You can all visit the Valley de la Vanilla farm to be able to learn more about how they grow and harvest it. Along with that, you can even buy some to take home with you. Or you could visit the Great Champion Pearl Farm to see how Tahiti's famous pearls are cultivated and harvested. It's pretty special, and the tourists are free, so why not take it? And then you can also go snorkel in the calm waters that surround the island. Or you could just relax on some of the beautiful beaches that this island has to offer. It is a great little island to explore. Huahine. It is called the Garden Island or the Garden of Eden, and it's easy to see why. It has dense forests and beautiful scenery. In all honesty, it's two islands that are connected by a small bridge, with Huahine Nu to the north and Huahine Iti to the south. In Huahine Nu, there is a main village called Fair, which is where there's lots to do, even if it does happen at a slower pace than in some of the other islands. It's one of the quieter islands in Tahiti, but at the same time, it's just as beautiful as any of the others. It's got stunning bays that are surrounded by mountains, and it has some of the most stunning sceneries to be found. It's an island where you can still find a lot of the true Polynesian culture, and it even has a much slower pace of life, which gives you the chance to really get to know the locals. There's still a lot of activity to do, such as diving or snorkeling, kite surfing, or even hiking in the dense tropical jungles that cover the island. There's a lot of tropical fruit fields and plantations where you can buy fresh fruit or just get some seriously cool pictures. They have banana groves, watermelon fields, and coconut plantations. It's very pretty and a unique feature for the island. Then, if you really want to see some of the history, you could visit the largest archaeological area in French Polynesia and see history being discovered, Tahiti Island. This is one island that you have to visit when you go to the Tahiti Islands. not just because it's the main island, but because you literally need to go through it. It is the only airport among the islands, so you really have to visit it because this is your portal to see the rest of the islands. But while you could just pass through and go right on to visit other islands, it could be a mistake. There's a lot to see on Tahiti Island. It's home to the only real city in French Polynesia, and it's really worth it to spend some time on the island. There's a great exotic market to check out where you can find some great souvenirs, like some beautiful black pearls. It's been around for over 155 years, so you know that it's a special place. And you can visit the Pearl Museum and the Ganwin Museum or the Botanical Gardens, but it's really outside the city where most of the magic happens. The coastline is covered in black sand beaches, and all around them are stunning forest areas. It's seriously pretty to just sit on the beach and take in the scenery. But if just sitting around really isn't your speed, then you could always head into the water for a swim or surf. This area has some incredible waves that even attract some of the best surfers in the world. If you want to get away from the water for a little while, then you can also head into the valley, either by going on some challenging hikes or doing 4x4 excursions that will take you deeper than you would ever be able to go on your own. The inside area of the island is pretty quiet, and there aren't all that many tourists, so you could enjoy it all without feeling that there's, well, too many people on top of you. Moorea. This little preserved island is breathtaking and incredibly beautiful. It's stunning, and many people say that it's the mini version of Bora Bora. If you want to see how Bora Bora would have felt before being covered in tourists, then this is the island for you. It's been left almost untouched by the intense tourism and has stayed pretty true to the Polynesian heritage that it's always had. There's not any resorts here, so that still keeps the tourists away to an extent. It makes a great island to visit still. The people are super friendly, and you can find some of the best traditional food here. Then there are the tropical flowers that decorate the island. It's got stunning mountains that tower above equally beautiful lagoons. And just across from the lagoon, there's private hidden beaches where you can see the swim and giant manta rays. It's a great island if you want to explore the real French Polynesia. Moorea. If you haven't fallen in love with the island of Tahiti by now, then you definitely will when you head on over to the island of Moorea. It has been called the Magical Islands and the Islands of the Artists, and both of these names are completely fitting. It's a magical place, and because of its beauty, it draws many artists to live on the island. There's painters, carvers, jewelers, and even tattooists that live there. But besides being a great haven for artists, it's also a very romantic getaway. It's on one of the top honeymoon spots in the island, which makes sense, because even the twin bays create a huge heart shape. You might even fall in love with the island so much that you might want to retire here. There are stunning trails that you can follow, and all along the trail, you'll be able to see incredibly beautiful scenery. There's also loads of bike trails all along the island, and you can explore the island by bike. It's pretty spectacular. Or even if you don't feel that quite energetic, then you could take a four-wheel drive adventure, and that way you can get to see all of the best places of the islands. It's a great way to go if your time's more limited and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. But even when you're just relaxing on the beach, you have the same stunning landscapes all around you. There's even stunning spots to get in some snorkeling or scuba diving. The lagoon is calm, but there's so many marine animals living in it that you can go snorkeling every day and you will get to see an entirely new world every time. Then you can go and feed sharks and stingrays almost every day if you want to as well. The island has some great trade winds, so that way it makes it ideal for water sports like kite surfing and canoeing or even paddleboarding. French Polynesia has over 100 islands and they're all unique. There's a lot for you to do and see that you might want to go back again and again or even just never leave. Thanks so much for watching, and again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another update from us. Until next time guys, we'll see you later.